Right, what we're going to be doing here is changing this cover flashing. It has actually been changed once before by someone else. Now what they have done is grind it out, and it's in probably 3/4 of an inch here. Now water's been coming down the face of this render and hitting this point, and as it hits this point, water does track back in there. Now as you can see, as I peel it back, it's absolutely saturated behind here because water has been getting into this point and tracking back. So we will be grinding this out deep enough to allow for our cover flashing. Now as we're peeling the old lead flashing back, you can see how severe it's been. It's absolutely saturated behind, and there's even sitting water there, all behind this lead flashing. So this has been failing, and it's been getting directly behind and then dripping on the ceiling inside. Right, so what we are doing here when we're dressing our new cover flashing to go in is we're starting to turn a lip round on the edge. And this is something I was shown by a guy I used to work for many years ago. I've not seen many people do it this way, but it really does work, and I wouldn't fit a lead flashing any other way. Right, so the reason why we have got the upturn at the back of this flashing is because this is the point of contact with rainwater. As it comes down the building, this is the point that stops the water penetrating past the lead underneath. Now as you can see at the back of there, we've ground out as far as we can get with a grinder, and we've actually opened this up. Now that lip, as we start to push it back, opens up, so when water hits this point and actually tries to go past, it hits that lip and can never get past the point of the flashing and acts as a tray. The reason why we cut our lead pieces in 1.5 metre lengths is because lead expands and contracts in warm and cold, and if you put it in too long a lengths, it will start to crease on certain points, and them creases will fracture. So putting it in 1.5 metre lengths stops that fracturing from happening. Right, so what we're doing now, we've fitted the cover flashing all the way along. This chisel is hitting that back of that groove, and we're just lightly tapping it to push it as far back as we can get it. Now what it's also doing is opening up that channel at the back and lifting the lip to stop water coming across. We have got a 6-inch overlap here and a 6-inch overlap here on the centre to where these two 1.5 metre pieces come to. That's absolutely plenty of overlap, and that's going to stop any rain driving through and across. So what we're doing now, we've fixed the flashing, is we're just fixing it and wedging some nuggets in, what you call lead nuggets. It's just folded over lead, and they're folded to just the right size. Just to nip the lead and to hold the lead in. So now the lead's fixed and the lead is dressed down, all is left to do is to point it. So as we're pointing this flashing up, what we're trying to achieve is absolutely filling the void with as much water as possible. So what we're doing as we work along is just keep force feeding the joint with water until it's bulging out on either side. Okay, so now the lead flashing's fitted, it is fixed, it's pointed in, and now we've just brushed the pointing in neatly across the top just to help create a seal. Now the customers chose K-end as the finish this time round, so there is going to be a bell cast strip bead fitted across the top of this edge right the way along. There's going to be a scratch coat and then a K-end to finish. They are both waterproof coats, so the water is going to hit the face, come down the bell cast, hit the bell cast at the bottom. The bell cast is a 12mm bell cast, so it is going to drip on the very front face of the bell cast, which is going to shed the water away from this edge and onto the roof itself and away from the building.